Hi all, welcome to data structure tutorial sessions. In this session, I am going to explain how to implement a queue data structure by using arrays. Queues can be implemented in two ways. One is by using arrays, second one is by using linked list. As we have completed the concept of arrays, in this session, I am going to explain how to implement a queue data structure by using arrays. What is a queue data structure? It is a linear data structure in which insertions and deletions are from different ends. Queue is a linear data structure in which insertions and deletions are performed from different ends. So insertions are from this end and deletions are from this end. In general, insertions are from rear end, deletions are from front end. The name of the queue is queue. Assume that array index starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the size of a queue data structure? 5. That's why 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the indexes. Initially, both front and rear are points to which one? -1. Why? Because there are no elements in the queue data structure. That's why initially front and rear are the variables that points to -1. Assume that this is your queue data structure. Now we are implementing this one. That means we are writing a program to implement queues by using arrays. First line of the program is hash include stdio.h. Why I am including standard input output header file? Why? Because I am using printf and scanf functions in my program. For that particular purpose, I am including standard input output header file into my program. Header files contains predefined function declarations, whereas the C library, separate libraries, contains all predefined function definitions. Predefined function declarations are available in header files, corresponding header files. All the predefined function definitions are available in standard C libraries. Then who will map these declarations with the definitions? Linker is a program which maps all the predefined function declarations with predefined function definitions. So stdio.h contains printf and scanf function declarations. C library contains printf and scanf function definitions. At the time of linking, linker maps these declarations with the definitions. Next, what is the size of a queue data structure? 5. I am defining a symbolic constant with the help of hash define. So hash define. In general, symbolic constant is in capital letters. So max size value is 5. Don't put semicolon at the end of hash define. Next, declare the queue data structure globally. Int queue of, what is the size? Max size. Int queue of max size. If you don't want to write these two statements, directly you can write int queue of 5 also, not a problem. Choice is yours. Next, initially front and rear are the variables that points to -1. So declare two global variables into f is equal to r is equal to initial value is -1. Next, what are the operations of queue data structure? Insertion or NQ, deletion or DQ. Insertion means inserting an element into the queue data structure, which is also known as NQ. Deletion means removing an element from the queue data structure, which is also known as DQ. Which element is to be deleted? The first inserted element is to be deleted first. That's why the principle of queue data structure is first in, first out, or the element which is pointed by the front pointer is to be deleted first. Why? Because front is a variable or pointer that always points to the first element of a queue data structure. So coming to the queue data structure, first operation is NQ operation. NQ is nothing but insertion operation, which takes the parameter as x, where x is the element to be inserted into the queue data structure. What is the first step coming to the queues? Check whether the queue data structure is full or not. How to check? Insertions are from which end? Rear end. So if rear is equal to rear reaches max size -1, if rear reaches max size -1, Insertions are from rear end by using rear pointer, rear. When rear reaches max size -1, that indicates our Q data structure is full. It is not possible to insert an element into the Q data structure once the Q is full. That means printf overflow. Q data structure is full. Else, if Q data structure is not full, it contains empty memory locations, then update the rear pointer. Initially it is -1. How to update it? Rear is equal to rear plus 1. R is equal to R plus 1 means now R points to which one? 0. R points to 0 and insert an element into the Q data structure, that is Q of R is equal to X. Assume that the value of X is 10. 10 is inserted into the Q data structure. When we insert the first element into the Q data structure, then we have to set the front variable. Initially front value is -1. When we are inserting the first element into the Q data structure, then front is pointed to which one? Front is reset to 0. Why? Because which element is to be deleted? The element which is pointed by the front pointer is to be deleted first. That's why set F to 0. How to set F to 0 for the first time insertion? If F is equal to -1, then set F is equal to 0. Closing of else block, closing of NQ. Next one is deletion function. What is the return type of the deletion function? Int deletion. Opening brace. If you want to delete an element from any data structure, check whether that particular data structure is empty or not. Coming to the Q, check whether the Q data structure is empty or not. Deletions are from which end? Front end. So by using front, if F is equal to -1. Why? Because initially front and rear are the pointers that points to which one? -1. So if F is equal to -1, then printf underflow. Underflow means not possible to display. Underflow. Return -1. -1 means why I am returning -1? Coming to the main function, this deletion function returns the in general deleted element. If Q data structure is empty, then it returns -1. That indicates Q is empty in the main function. Else block. If Q is not empty, then move the first element to the temporary variable. For that particular purpose, declare int y. Assume that this is your Q data structure 10, 20, 30. F is a variable that always points to the first element. R is a variable that always points to the last element. Among 10, 20, 30, which element is to be deleted at first? Always the first inserted element, that is 10. Or the element which is pointed by the front variable is to be deleted at first. So y is equal to Q of F. Move the first element to the temporary variable. Next, update the front pointer or front variable. How to update? If F is equal to R, then reset them to -1. Then F is equal to R equal to -1. What is the statement? After deleting that particular element, when front and rear both are points to the same index, that means there are no elements in the Q data structure, then reset them to which one? -1. Why? Because Q data structure is empty. Reason is, assume that after deleting the 10, F points to this one. After deleting an element 10, 20, F points to this one. Now I am calling the deletion function. Y equal to Q of F means 30. After deleting this element, now front and rear both are points to the same index. So after deleting this particular element means no elements in the Q data structure. That means Q is empty. That's why reset them to -1. Otherwise, if F is not equal to R, simply F plus plus. That is F is equal to F plus 1. Next, return. What is the deleted element? Return Y. Closing of else block as well as closing of deletion function. Next, I am going to write the definition for the display function. Coming to the display function, what is the return type? Void. So void display of void display. In order to display the elements of a Q data structure, check whether the Q data structure is empty or not. If it is empty, not possible to display the elements of a Q data structure. So if f is equals to -1, printf Q is underflow, not possible to display the elements. Why? Because Q is empty. Otherwise, else, assume that these are the elements 10, 20, 30. F points to the first index, rear points to the last one. Then what are my Q elements? From front to rear are the Q elements. So for I is equal to F, for I is equal to F, for that loop variable declare one local variable int I. For I is equal to F, I is less than or equal to R, I plus plus, printf percentage 3D 2D choice is over some space Q of I, closing of else block, closing of display function. So NQ function definition is over, as well as deletion is also known as DQ function. Choice is yours, either DQ or deletion. DQ function definition is also over. Display function definition is also over. Next, write the main function after the NQ, DQ as well as display function definitions. Next, write the definition of main. What is the technical way to write the main function? Into main of void, declare one local variable int option, int op. Next, while of 1, infinite loop, while of 1. Coming to the either stacks or queues, we have to write the menu driven programs. What is a menu driven program? Your output should be like this: menu, 1 is NQ, 2 is DQ, 3 is display, 4 is exit. Enter your choice. If the user enters the choice as 1, then call which function? NQ function. If the user enters the choice as 2, then call DQ function. If the user enters the choice as 3, then call display function. If the user enters the choice as 4, then call the exit function to come out of the entire program. When assume that your choice is 1, that means inserting an element into the Q data structure. Next, assume that the element is 10. After calling the NQ function, again this block of code is to be executed. 1 is NQ, 2 is DQ, 3 is display, 4 is exit. Enter your choice. So this block of code is to be executed multiple number of times up to or until when the user enters the choice as 4. For that particular purpose, I am taking the infinite loop. Next, printf menu slash n, 1 is NQ slash n, 2 is DQ slash n, 3 is display slash n, 4 is exit slash n. Next, I am asking the user enter your choice. Printf enter your choice. So read that one. Scanf %d comma ampersand op. %d comma ampersand op. Next, write the switch case. Switch of op option opening brace case 1. What is case 1? Call the NQ function. For the NQ function, we need to pass a parameter, that is x parameter. So for that particular purpose, I am asking the user printf enter the element. So scanf %d comma ampersand ele. So declare one more local variable ele also. Next, call NQ function NQ of ELE. Next, break. To come out of the switch block, I am using the break statement. Next, coming to the case 2. Case 2. What is case 2? Deletion function. Deletion function returns either -1 or the deleted element. When it returns -1, if the Q data structure is empty, it returns -1. Otherwise, which returns the deleted element. So, for that particular purpose, element is equal to DQ function. I am calling the DQ function. If ELE is not equals to -1, if ELE is not equals to -1, then printf deleted element is %d comma ELE. Deleted element is %d comma ELE break. If it returns -1 not equals to -1 condition is false, coming out of the if break. That means if Q is empty, not possible to delete the element. Next, case 3. Display. Printf Q elements are /n. Call the which function? Display function. Display break, coming out of the switch case. Next, case 4. What is case 4? Exit. To come out of the program. Exit of 0. This is a predefined function defined in stdlib.h header file. Exit of 0 to come out of the program. Why? Because this is the infinite loop. To come out of the infinite loop, we are using exit of 0. Default. If none of the conditions are matched, then printf wrong choice. Printf wrong choice. Next, closing of switch case. Next, closing of while. This is the infinite loop. Next, what is the last line of your program? Return 0. Next, closing brace of your main. This is the way to implement Q data structure by using arrays. So the operations of Qs are NQ or DQ. If you want, you can write peak also. Peak also. What is the time complexity of these functions? NQ, DQ are as well as peak functions. Constant time complexity. Constant time complexity in all three functions. Why? Because in all three operations, the time complexity is constant time complexity. We are not using any loops in NQ function, DQ function as well as peak functions. That's why the time complexity is big O of 1 as well as big O of 1.